and it wouldn't make any difference unless you personally go out and research about it. You need to take the initiative and educate yourself about this controversy and make your own decisions. However, do not ever work on blind faith. If I told you that suddenly the sky was green and the grass was blue, would you believe me? You would go out and check. Sansanaji, if there's one mistake we make over and over again, it is this blind faith that we continuously fall back on. Do we not have the capability to make intelligent and educated decisions and opinions? We need to question. Before the Sikh Symposium movement, majority of the Sikhs participated in Hindu rituals and rites. They read the Vedas. They didn't know an ounce of Sikhi, even though they called themselves a Sikh. And as absurd as it might seem, no one bothered to question. It was all totally, completely blind faith. Going back to the Dasangan controversy, we all need to question what we've been believing in for years. If you don't do it, if I don't do it, then who will? We can't expect our Sikh identity and ideologies to take care of themselves. We can't expect other people to do it because expectations will lead nowhere. And if you are completely serious about Sikhi surviving past your grandkids, you will take the initiative. In the end, we cannot forget that there's only one thing that can lead us through times of despair and darkness, times of confusion and uncertainty, and that is our Guru. In fact, who cares if the Dasam Granth was written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji or not? That should not in any way change the fact that there is only one Guru for us, and that is Guru Granth Sahib. We do not follow any other teachings except for Gurbani, and as long as we have Gurbani and we are true to the Guru's teachings, the Guru will definitely guide the way to success and happiness. Bula Chukani Khema, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. There was power, there was wealth, there was unity. There was strength, sense of self, and community. Welcome to the era of the Sikh Raj. As glorious as these times were, they soon came to an abrupt end with the passing of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. With the absence of a leader and undefined dispersion of power, chaos ensued. With the ruling body was soon covered in the soot of violence, greed, ego, and imperialism. The Sikh Raj had come to a close. Soon, the British relentlessly pushed forth and began to take over the Punjab region, where they brought Christian missionaries in hopes to convert the masses into believers. Missionaries soon began to target Sikhs and impose Christianity in densely populated Sikh areas by coaxing the youth to follow the way of Jesus Christ. Not only did Sikh numbers decrease, but Sikhs fell victim to the dilution of their principles and practices. The concept of Guru Jam had been desecrated immensely, as Pakhandi sants and sadhus brainwashed Sikhs and led them on wayward paths. Brahmanism began to seep into the everyday lives of Sikhs. Self-proclaimed gurus demanded their worship in the presence of Guru Granth Sahib. The mythical stories of Brahman and Krishna usurped the Panchbani on Sikh households, where the Vedas and Purana became a sustenance, and idol worship became a respected practice. Although there were some futile attempts to resurrect the spirit of Sikhi, none prevailed until the gong was shaken by the pleas of four boys to convert to Christianity. When the Sikh leaders of the time discovered that they could bring these boys back to Sikhi by merely explaining the legacy of the Gurus, they unanimously decided that the Sikh Panth was in need of an organization to revitalize the essence of Sikhi within the Punjab region. In 1873, the Sri Guru Singh Sabha organization was formed. The first Singh Sabha organization was founded by Sardar Thakur Singh Sandhwalia, Gunnar Bikram Singh, and Baba Khem Singh Bedi. Although these three were supposed to be leading the organization together, their ideologies differed greatly, and they were unable to carry out the original goal of Prachar. Out of these three, Gunnar Bikram Singh was the reformist who was in favor of a progressive movement. This poet, scholar, and Ashik of Gurbani was lovingly affiliated with Bhai Gurmukh Singh, whom he educated and made worthy of Panthik Seva. Inspired by Gunnar Bikram Singh, Bhai Gurmukh Singh renounced other career opportunities and dedicated his heart and soul to Gurmukh Prachar and promotion of the Punjabi language. Although the Sri Guru Singh Sabha office was located in Amritsar, there was great need for Prachar in Lahore. In 1878, an extension of Sri Guru Singh Sabha was formed in Lahore. In 1879, an assembly of Sikhs unanimously passed a Gurmata or resolution for Bhai Gurmukh Singh to lead the party of supporters, such as Bhai Harsa Singh. Soon, Sikh Sabha Lahore gathered great momentum and established centers in Gujranwala, Wazirabad, Sialkot, Gurdaspur, Firozpur, Kapurthala, Ludhiana, Ambala, Moga, Patiala, Napa, and Sangrur. All these sabhas served as extensions of the Sikh Sabha Lahore, which transformed from a Prajalic institution to a movement. As rapid progress was made by Sri Guru Singh Sabha of Lahore, some specific rules and regulations were formed that differed from those of the Sri Guru Singh Sabha institution at Amritsar. Such rules include to reveal the principles of the Sikh religion and educate the Sikh diaspora in Punjab, the distribution and printing of books that contain only the promotion of Sikhi and Sikh values, the distribution of sectarian body that would dispute the delusions represented in the Janamsakhis and the Gurpranali, to ensure prosperity and progress of the educational system through Punjabi and to publish periodicals and papers to promote the same. The Lahore faction fulfilled these rules by promoting the Panthik Maryada and propagating reform in Gurdwaras, which were under the control of Pujaris. And they also established the Khalsa press, which served to inform the masses. As both of the factions continued to carry out Prajad, many questions arose of which group was superior or larger. In order to ensure the continued relationship of the Sikh Sabha factions, the Khalsa Divan of Amritsar was formed. The purpose of this Divan was to create a general body that would oversee decisions and expenditures of both groups. Yet the association did not last long due to the difference in ideologies of both factions which kept arising. Causes for the break were that Sikh Sabha Lahore was a progressive organization, whereas Sikh Sabha Amritsar was equally progressive. Khalsa Divan also had a majority of members from the Amritsar organization, and the major topic of difference was that Baba Khem Singh Bedi, who was a descendant of the Guru family, liked to call himself Guru and sit on a cushion, even in Guru Maharaj's presence, and that was completely not accepted by the Sikh Sabha Lahore faction. Also, Sikh Sabha Amritsar faction had a much less patriotic fervor than its extension in Lahore, and this was considered a drawback because the Lahore faction wanted to work with the government in order to educate the masses and bring about change, whereas the Amritsar faction was also almost anti-government. As these differences surfaced in a major meeting of the Khalsa Divan, the two factions began to argue profusely despite Gurmukh Singh Ji's efforts to calm the heated debates. Because of the bitterness that formed between the two factions, there was great negativity towards Gurmukh Singh, who was believed to be promoting himself by the Amritsar faction, but in reality, it was just his disdain for Khem Singh Bedi's persistence on being treated as a guru due to his lineage, and Gurmukh Singh's dedication to the values of Dat Khalsa that posed a threat to the Amritsar faction. But in order to still continue the Bhakti Seva, the Sikh Sabha Lahore devised their own Khalsa Divan, which was totally separate and independent from the Amritsar faction. All members were progressive Bhakti reformists. This Divan, mission for liberation and untouchables, administered Amrit jars for women, and emphasized the non-marriage code. They also pressed for the proper printing of money. And when they were established, as soon as this Divan was established, they also began printing the Khalsa Akhbar. Yeah. Gurmukh Singh was basically the leader of this movement, the whole Sikh Sabha movement. He was the positive influence here. He's the one who tried to put his heart and soul in working for this movement, and he was really big on reaching out to the masses and doing Prajad, and so everyone could understand Sikhi, and he kept promoting the Punjabi language so people would learn Gurbani and learn what's really out there, and so they wouldn't have this confusion because there was such a disconnect between the people and the Guru, and it was because of this disconnect that they were easily influenced by the Brahmanism and Christianity, and they lost